Last week we had Song Yadong versus Chris Gutierrez. We're just going to start at the bottom of the main card. We had Jun Park against Andre Muniz. Muniz won by decision. I think it was a split decision. It was a lot of ground game, a lot of ground and pound. He couldn't submit Park. Park would end up getting on top. Rounds 1 and 3 and getting some good ground and pound in. Tim Elliott versus Sumidaraji. We had Tim Elliott. He did get a performance of the night. He submitted Sumidaraji, round 2? I can't remember. It was round 2 or 1. It was a nice submission. It was a good fight. Nasrat Hopperost, he got a performance of the night bonus. I'm pretty sure he won by KO against Jamie Malarkey. We predicted that. Nasrat he's going to be a really good contender soon. I mean, that guy he's a brawler for sure. I like his style. Anthony Smith, Khalil Roundtree. I chose Anthony Smith because I'm a big Anthony Smith fan. I mean, he's just a fucking dog. Which it was stupid of me to do that. I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, didn't know he came in on a 10-day notice. Anthony Smith on a 10-day notice got beat by Khalil Roundtree, knocked out in round 3, which I think it was a really good fight up until that. I mean, they were both trading, they were both landing really good shots. Khalil Roundtree didn't gas. And he landed the better shots in the end and knocked out Anthony Smith, who I feel bad for. I feel like he's a really good fighter. He's just been fighting for so long. He's still at the top. He's kind of one of those guys. They even said it on the podcast. He's one of those guys you have to get through to make it into the top 10. Answer the question I asked in the YouTube comments. Why is it not showing the YouTube comments? Hold on. What are the chances we'll get a Dak Prescott minifigure in Lego Fortnite? I hate you. I actually hate you. Where were we? Yeah, Anthony Smith is one of those guys you got to make it through to break into the top 10. Song Yadong versus Chris Gutierrez. We predicted Chris would win. It was a really odd fight. Chris was doing really good the first and second round. Song Yadong seemed to be getting frustrated. Round 3, there were some eye pokes. There were some apparently grabbing in the glove. Seemed like Chris checked out of the fight. I don't know if it was whoever they were talking about talking shit in the crowd. I don't know if it was the eye poke and Herb Dean standing Song Yadong up with the when he grabbed in the glove. I don't know what it was. I mean, Chris really hasn't fought guys that can kick back. I feel like his legs kind of died. I feel like he took too many leg shots. I feel like his legs died and he kind of panicked and he didn't know what to do. He threw a very, very, very questionable Imanari roll at the beginning of round 5, where he ended up just getting put on the ground the rest of the fight. So it's really interesting where he'll go from here. I mean, Song Yadong, obviously in that division, number 6 is fighting for a title, so he's going to fight a top 5 guy. He called out Peter Yan, so that should be interesting. Chris, I don't know if he's going to move out of the rankings or if he's going to stay at 15. For him next, I looked at this yesterday, bro. I can't. What are the divisions? I gotta see who's in front of him in the divisions. Maybe he fights another unranked guy, and if he loses that, he obviously moves out, and that guy moves in. Bro, just show me the division leaders, bro, please. Thank you. Maybe I think him and Jonathan Martinez are teammates, so they're not gonna fight. Maybe Umar Nurmagomedov. I forgot what he's the controversy about him has been. I can't remember if he popped for PEDs or not. Maybe Ricky Simone. Maybe you run it back with Pedro Munoz. I mean, those are the only guys. Like maybe you get a fight with Rob Font. I don't know. Those are all guys that are. I mean, I feel like good matchups for him. Obviously, I mean, maybe you get Chris versus Corey Sandhagen. I mean, that would be a huge, massive. That is a crazy, probably out of the realm fight. I mean, Corey Sandhagen's 4. I feel like that's a really good matchup, though, unfortunately. So I really just don't know what's going to be next. We're going to probably go with. We'll say him and Pedro Munoz run it back. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be really interesting. I mean, I was really shocked at that Eminari roll at the end, but I mean, it is what it is. On to the next UFC card. This weekend we have Leon Edwards and Colby Covington. We're gonna start at the beginning of this. We have Vincent Luque versus Ian Gary. Ian Gary's probably going to win. I wish Luque would win because Ian Gary's fucking annoying as hell. But yeah, I mean, Ian Gary's a super favored in the odds, so it's going to be interesting. I mean, but you can never count Luque out. 11 wins by knockout, 8 wins by submission. Really, really well-rounded guy. Who's his last fight? He beat RDA in August. He beat Neil a year before that. I mean, not super active guy. He has beat. Oh no, he lost to Muhammad back in April 2022. So decent striker, decent ground game guy. We're probably still gonna go Ian Gary. He's 7 knockouts, a submission, 4 first round wins, coming off a 2-fight win streak. What was this one? Load more. 2, 3, 4, 5-fight win streak. I don't know what this one was. It was a no contest or something. Coming off a 5-fight win streak. He's been super active, so it's gonna be really interesting to see that fight. So yeah, we're gonna rock Ian Gary on that. Oh god, this UFC website is so poorly optimized, bro. Next, we have Tony Ferguson and Paddy Pimblett. Tony Ferguson's been going through the freaking gauntlet with what's his name? David Goggins. Obviously he's in peak shape. He's just doing that for his mental aspect. Paddy Pimblett. I think Paddy coming off was it his last fight that was super controversial? Like that he could have definitely lost that. 6-fight win streak, 6 wins by knockout, 9 by submission. Really well-rounded guy. Yeah. I mean, he really hasn't beat anybody. Again, like we said about Lionheart, Tony Ferguson is a stepping stone now. You got to beat him to get in the top, into the rankings, into the top 10. Tony Ferguson's on like a fucking, 6-fight losing streak? Let's see. 13 wins by knockout, 8 wins by submission. A really good matchup, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-fight losing streak. Tony Ferguson has not won a fight since 2018. So he hasn't won a fight in 6 years. So that's going to be really, really, really interesting. Really great fighter. Time just caught up to him. I mean, what can you do? What can you do? Oh wait, hold on. It might be a 6 years. Really good matchup statistically. We'll see how Tony comes in. Next, we have Shavkat Rachmanov versus Stephen Thompson. That's going to be a really good fight. Rachmanov, I think it's going to be a really good fight. Apparently, the odd makers don't. Rachmanov is a 520-point favorite. That's freaking ridiculous. 8 wins by knockout, 9 wins by submission. Really well-rounded guy. I'm not saying he's not great. He's an amazing fighter. Like, he's beat Neil Magny, Harris, a lot of these guys that I just don't remember for some reason. Really well-rounded guy, but then you got a vet like Stephen Thompson. He can sit there and he can bang with the best of them. We got 8 wins by knockout. Not a really good ground submission guy. He's decent defending on the ground. So it'll be really interesting. Did I say last I didn't give my Tony Ferguson Paddy Pimblett prediction. Give me Paddy Pimblett, bro. Yeah, give me Paddy Pimblett. Give me Rachmanov. I mean, Stephen Thompson, really good guy. He's just getting older. We have Pantoja. I forget how you say it. And Brandon Royval. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I do not watch a lot of flyweight fights. I mean, we had to watch Figueiredo and Moreno run it 7 times in 3 years. I'm gonna go Pantoja just because he's the champion. I don't know a lot about Brandon Royval, so if y'all want to let me know who the fuck that is in the comments, go ahead and do that. We have give him O'Malley, Leon by KO. Leon versus Colby. Really, really good matchup. I mean, Leon's already murked one wrestler, apparently. 7 wins by knockout, 3 wins by submission, 5 first-round finishes. Really decent guy. I mean, he beat Usman twice, which just really, I mean, styles make fights. Fighting Colby Covington, another wrestler. Granted, I think he's a better wrestler than Usman. I think he's a better attacking wrestler. Usman's just a really, really great defensive wrestler. If that makes any fucking sense at all. I think Colby wins this fight. I'm a huge Colby fan, so that might be a little biased. Is it not going to show me Colby's? There we go. Colby, 4 wins by knockout, 4 wins by submission, 3 first-round finishes. He's an attrition guy. He's going to wear you out. He's going to... his last win was March 2022. It feels like so much longer than that, though. It feels like he hasn't fought in like 2 years, right? It feels like he hasn't fought since the last Usman fight, which, I mean, he really hasn't. That went to round 5? It was a decision? I thought he beat the shit out of Masvidal. I thought he knocked him out. That's how I'm tripping. I mean, he really hasn't fought. I don't know. He hasn't really fought any. He's fought a lot of older guys. I mean, he fought a washed Woodley. He fought. I guess he didn't end up fighting Lawler. Did he end up fighting Lawler? It doesn't say who won that. RDA. I mean, Damian Maya when he was older. I just think he's a lot better fighter than looking at all these older guys say. I mean, he's got a lot of decisions. That's a wrestler type thing, you know. They're gonna grind you out. So it's gonna be really interesting seeing him fight. Seeing him fight a kickboxer. I'm really ready for that. I think it's gonna be a good fight. So give me Colby, Pantoja, Rachmanov, Paddy Pimblett, and Ian Gary. We're gonna take that. You're gonna be off? No, I work this card. Unfortunately. Let's see the next card. Do we have anyone cool on prelims? Alfonso Minifield. Cody Garbrandt. Probably going to get waxed by Brian Kelleher. Josh Emmett, Bryce Mitchell will be interesting. Next we have... It's going to make me scroll all the way through that. We're just gonna talk about the named events. We have Strickland, Duplessis. I don't know enough about Duplessis, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Is he well rounded? Let's see. I just feel like Strickland is not gonna have that title for long. Eight fight win streak, 9 by knockout, 10 by submission. Give me Duplessis, bro. I just feel like Sean Strickland is not champion material. I think some of y'all can agree with me on this. Izzy looked really checked out of that fight. I don't know if he's just tired of fighting. He just looked really, really checked out when it came to that fight. So I don't know. I don't know why he lost that. It's gonna be interesting. I think Duplessis does win this. I don't know why I started from the top. I think it's because I wasn't gonna do this whole card. Raquel Pennington. Give me Pennington. I don't know. Neil Magny, Mike Marlaw. Give me Neil Magny. Jan versus Rocket. No, bro. Give me Jan, I guess. Actually, Rocket, I think, is a dog. 9 wins by knockout. I mean, Jan got that Polish power, bro. We're gonna go Jan. They're both coming off losses, so give me Jan because his last loss is probably more valuable. Arnold, let's see who. I'll say that. Let me see who Rocket's last loss is. It's gonna be like fucking Tom Aspinall or something. Oh, Tom Aspinall's heavyweight. I'm fucking bullshitting. Oh, he's the guy that lost to Jan. Okay, they've already fought. Okay. Um, I forget how that fight ended. It was on some bullshit, wasn't it? It was a tie. I thought that fight was a tie. Oh, it says they're both coming off. It was a KO by Jan? Oh no, the draw was Jan and Enclave. Okay. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Enclave. Oh shoot. Has he been boxing in Mexico? Really? We'll get to that. I'm gonna tell y'all why has he been boxing in Mexico. I'm gonna tell y'all why has he been boxing in Mexico in a second. I closed that out again, didn't I? Yeah, we're not gonna harp too much on that card. God, bro, come on, load. Thank you. UFC Fight Night, Fight Night, Fight Night. Volk, Taporia, give me Volk, obviously. O'Malley, Vera 2, give me Cheeto Vera. Y'all, hey, I'm not an O'Malley hater. I'm just a Cheeto Vera fan, so don't shoot the messenger. All right, so what Tyler said, apparently Izzy's been boxing in Mexico. I don't know if that he's like bullshitting me or not, or if he's dead ass. Like I said, for UFC 300, the super fight is going to be Izzy fighting for the light heavyweight strap against Alex Pereira. That's been my prediction. We'll just go over we're gonna cut this real quick after I go over we're gonna go over my UFC 300 predictions. Let me figure out what they were. All right, we had I have Alex and Izzy running it for the light heavyweight strap. I got Charles and Islam running it. I have Grasso and Whaley moving up to become a double champ. And then I have Connor and Chandler running it. And then I have Dustin wants to fight on 300. I don't know if they should put him on the main card. It's going to be interesting how this rounds out. You have a lot of top fighters wanting to fight on that. I think Dustin, I said Usman originally, but I forgot Usman wants to stay at 185. So I think he'll probably fight Gilbert Burns. I feel like Gilbert Burns is due. I forgot what his injury was, but I'm hoping. I think Gilbert Burns and Dustin would actually be a really good fight.